Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Loki, afternoon. You had a good weekend? What you got on the lunch menu for today? Hopefully something good. It's pretty good? Good, good. Glad it was a good weekend for you. Hopefully it was either relaxing or eventful in a fun way. It's never good to have an eventful weekend not in a fun way. That usually means it was just busy, and that just makes for a terrible weekend. Lunch is cabbage with sausage and pasta. Sounds pretty healthy. Ooh, that was a lot louder than I expected it to be. That was really loud too. Eesh. Never had the can be so loud while opening it. All right. Well, we are going to jump straight into things. We have got a big day today. I've got some news for a little bit later, but for now, we're going to focus on the game. So let's focus on that. So last week, all sorts of good stuff we got taken care of. You may notice that with my Trello board, I've got some kind of color coding to my stuff. So we've got new features, which are red, bugs, which are green, feature additions, which are pink, and purple are changes. So trying to color code just to kind of keep things a little bit more organized. We'll see if it works out. But anyway, so big thing last week was the spell book functionality. Finally got that working entirely, which felt fantastic. Super happy about that. Some of the changes we did was we made it so you could skip the dex saving throw when you're trying to escape from monsters. And we made it so it only pulls one quest type at a time when you are accepting quests. We also made it so the quest progression finally works. So as you're going through the dungeon and actually doing your quests, so killing monsters, exploring rooms, those like very base quests that we have right now, they actually can be completed. So fantastic there. We also got the new trap puzzle, so a feature addition, the whack-a-mole. I thought it was kind of fun. It wasn't too bad to make. But I do kind of think that eventually what we're going to do is as we have the different types of traps in the rooms, they will be disabled with like one specific kind of puzzle, right? So for example, the spikes would have one specific puzzle that it has you do every time it's the spikes. Maybe we would do like 2 different puzzles that are specific to that trap. And then, yeah, then like if it was a flame trap, it would have its own type of puzzle. So when you go into the room and you see the trap, you'll kind of be able to anticipate what the puzzle is going to be. But we'll see. We'll see once we get there. Loki says, I did some work on my VPET project this weekend. Want to get that finished so I can use it when I'm streaming. That'd be awesome. Nice. It's always a good thing to get time to work on over the weekend. I feel like those kinds of little projects, they unfortunately kind of take a back seat when compared to everything else you got to get done. So I'm glad you had time to work on that. That's awesome. If you had to guess roughly how much more time do you think you'll need to get that finished? Also, your VPET project. Is this like a like an interactive thing for a stream? It's like not necessarily a like a webcam, not like a person thing. I'm trying to think of how to say it. For V1, I'd say a few weeks if I just focus on that. Nice. But yeah, is it something that like the audience can interact with and stuff like that? Because I know that I've seen on some streams and I have no idea how it's done, and I would love to learn how. But there's like for specific users, like subscribers and things like that. It's like a Tamagotchi that Twitch chat raises. Okay, that'd be awesome. Wow, that'd be fantastic to get to like feed it and play with it. That would be a lot of fun. I hope that one day I can see it. One of these days, you have to let us know where to come find you on stream so we can take a look at it and, yeah, be a good time. I mean, I guess I would assume on your channel is where it would be. Yeah, you have to let us all know when it's ready to go. Would love to see it. Yeah, the mechanics are there. Just need to finish adding the Digimon to it. Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes that's the most time consuming. You know, you can get the back end working, but then you have this vision for the front end that you're like, this is what I want it to look like. And you start working on it and you're like, it's not quite it. So sometimes you have to scrap it and start again, or just keep going and hope for the best. Awesome. That sounds really cool. I'm excited to see it one of these days. Okay, and then at the end of last week, we were kind of starting to work on the random tune generation, or the RTG. And yeah, got some good progress there. So if you remember, we got it so that it'll actually spawn the rooms randomly. So just new layout every single time, which is great. That is what we want. And we can come in here and we can just adjust this one number. So if we set it to 50, it will spawn 50 rooms. And then there we go, 50 rooms. Fantastic. But the issue we are running into, which I'm sure is an issue with basically any kind of random generation in any engine, but especially in RPG Maker, it randomly generates, right? And it just picks a random spot to put one of these 30 rooms, which is great, except for the fact that, let's say if you were in this main area right here, you would not be able to get to any of these other rooms because there's no connecting wall. So that is what we're going to need to figure out today. See if we can get that working. I would say if after today we haven't been able to make any good progress on it, and maybe not even the full day, we may just scrap this idea and just go back to the manually creating of the rooms. I have a short of it working if you want to see. Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see that. Throw it on over in the chat. We'll take a look. Okay, so over the weekend, I tried thinking about how we would get the random dungeon generation. I'm kind of thinking we're going to need to have a couple passes. So the first pass, I think we're going to try... So basically what we'll do, so it randomly generates. And then what we'll do is maybe have a pass where each room gets checked, right? And so the room checks and just to see, is this room connected to another room? If so, great. If not, add a random connection. And so we'll do that for every single room. And then we'll do another pass to just see, is every room connected to everything? If not, do the pass again? I don't know. Well, I'm sure there's some good methods to do random dungeon generation that I'm not aware of. But we're going to figure this out as we go. Right. Oh, there it is. All right. I'm going to pull this up. Ooh. Is that not pulling up? That's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay. So let's pause this. I actually need to come over here into my settings and turn on desktop audio. Okay, that should be good. Wait. OBS, come back. There we go. Also throw this into... Yeah, right there. There we go. Okay, then we pull this guy over. Let's, whoop. What is happening? There. Over there. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. Excited to see this. Volume is up. Let's go. Feed it. You can name it. Ooh. Digivolved. Her monster is Koromon. Nice. Okay, so Name tells you the name. Needs attention. Go to train, clean, or give. That is awesome. So it may not have audio. Yeah, that's all right. Digivolve. That is awesome. It's sped up for the video, obviously. Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure that it's just. I couldn't imagine that it was every like 4 seconds it was changing. So yeah, absolutely. That is awesome. I love it. Also, throwing you a subscribe your way. Absolutely fantastic. Got the stat right there. This, like, not the stat, the status right there. That is fantastic work. I can watch this all day. You know what? Change the stream. We're gonna watch this all day. That is the kind of thing I would absolutely love to have on my stream. But I would not in a million years know how to make that, so hats off to you. You're doing fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Depending on what attention is given to the Digimon changes what it will evolve to. Wow, I thought it was just picking randomly. So it's actually dependent on the type of attention. So if it's being fed, I'm assuming, like, yeah, so train, clean, give food or drink. So depending on one of those things that you do, or that I guess the audience chooses to do, then it will evolve into something else. That is awesome. Very nice work. Very nice. I love it. Fantastic stuff. Well, I will be looking forward to as it keeps growing and changing. Well, I just realized also, it's a good thing there wasn't audio, because I realized, even though in OBS, so I have my desktop audio turned off, so I can have like individual channels for things. So I've got like the media player for the music. I can have, like, on Fridays, if I'm, you know, playing a game, it can have that game audio. And then later when I go to, well, I can like change the sliders, so like actually change the individual volumes. And then when I'm editing my videos later, I can actually work in different audio channels. Yeah, I just realized, even though I usually have the desktop audio off and I just turned it on, I forgot to turn up the volume. So even if there was audio, you guys wouldn't have heard it anyway, because I forgot to even turn that up. I turned it on, but didn't turn it up. Yeah, good times. Yeah, it basically takes those stats and checks the requirements to evolve. It's basically the same as if you buy the physical VPET device. That is fantastic. I love it. I have actually never had a Tamagotchi. I've never really had like a virtual pet. Just sad. I always wanted one. Never did though. And yeah, I think I would have to join. If nothing else, I would have to join just so that I could vote to train and feed and do all that fun stuff with that pet. I love it. That is awesome. Okay, so random tomb generation. Let's see what we can get figured out. The other thing we could do is we could shift the rooms around, right? So basically the idea would be, instead of, or we could just add. There's any number of things we could do. I'm just trying to decide what would potentially be the best. So the options are, if we shifted the rooms. So basically we would do an entire sweep of this whole tomb layout. And what we would do is we would start in the bottom left corner, and it would basically say, is there anything here? Not, go to the next one. Is there anything here? Go to the next one. There's nothing here, go to the next one. And when it gets to this guy right here, right? It would then say, okay, is there anything on any side of you? No. Then it would shift it in a direction. I don't know if we would say a random direction. Yeah, maybe just a random direction. This is the problem, is that like with it being random, I'm never really gonna know where anything actually is. Maybe we go with a different kind of generation method. What if... Ooh, yeah, maybe. Loki says, up to 70 available Digimon trending from baby to champion. It's only to finish the champion line and then the ultimate line. Jeez, that's going to be a lot. That's going to be cool. Are you doing the pixel art all yourself then? Are there designs you're kind of working off of or anything like that? So what if for the random generation, instead of it just picking a random room, you know, it's basically saying pick a random number between 1 and 60. So if it picks 6, which would be this room right here, that room right there, it would then say you are a yes, you're a 1, you are a room. And then it picks another random number and it goes, okay, you're a room, you're a room, you're not a room, you're a room, you're not a room, you're a room, you're not a room. And so on and so forth until it runs out of that variable that I set, which is 30. And once it spawns 30, then it goes, okay, we're done. But what if, instead of doing that, what if we say we spawn the player at a random spot between 1 and 60, and then from that spot, we have the player, basically a dungeon spawner, so not the player necessarily, but like a dungeon spawning thing start moving, and it just starts moving in random directions. So it will randomly pick a up, down, left, right direction to go, and it will basically just be like moving around. And if it is ever in a 0 position, tell it to spawn a room. If it's in a 1 position, tell it to not spawn a room, move randomly again. So basically just move randomly through this area here, and if it ever touches a spot that's a 0, turn it to a 1, and then it moves along. We might actually do that. So it basically act like a worm, and as the worm is moving throughout the dungeon, it creates that room. Yeah, because in that way they would all be connected. Let's actually give that a try. Loki says it's taken from the actual device. I'm having to colorize them, but I have the available sprites. Okay, so you are sticking very true to the design then. That's really cool. And the colorizing, it kind of gives you the option to give your own interpretation on it as well. Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. Well, again, hats off to you. That is a huge achievement, so keep it up. Okay, so this is going to be generate initial rooms. So this is everything that generates that layout. So we're going to generate initial rooms V1. That is the first version that we had. Let's copy that over here. Let's paste that. This is just if, I don't know, switch that is on. There we go. So that shouldn't ever really do anything. Okay. So this is going to be V2. I don't know why the lowercase v, I just like that when you're doing versions. I don't know. Okay. V2. Here we go. So random number 1 is equal to 30. So that's how many rooms. Random number 3 is equal to 1. So this is just all the initialization. That is fine. So then let's do this. Player X, player Y. I'm not going to change any of those because I think this through this is all needed for the actual picture, showing the pictures, the picture rendering, the picture initialization, if you will. So let's do this. We're going to say control variables. Are we using random variable 2 at all? Yes, right there. Okay, so then let's do this. Let's grab a new variable. we'll just use, doesn't really matter because again, we're just doing in here. We'll change all these variables later. So 1045, sure. So set this to a random number between 1 and 60. So this is choosing the initial location of where this random tomb generation worm is going to spawn. 1 through 60. Okay. Then this is the loop. And so this is now setting a random number between 1 and 60. Actually, we should just be able to... No, we can't use that. Because we need not only a spot where the worm is traveling, but also a spot that's saying, yes, this is this thing, right? 912. Yes, okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So set that to 1 through 60. Right. And then, in the loop, we need to say, set random number 2 to equal where the worm is. So 1045. And then this is setting the actual thing. So this is basically saying if that spot is equal to 0, so if there's nothing there yet, then set it to 1, reduce by 1 the amount of rooms that are available, and then if it's equal to 0, break the loop. If not, then here at the end, this is what we're going to need to... Okay, now we need to move the worm. So let's do moving RTG worm. We're just going to keep calling it a worm, because might as well. This is the worm of random tomb generation. Just imagine the most weird, vile-looking worm you can think of. That is what is generating these tomb layouts. Okay. So, here's what we need to do. We need to take into account where the worm is, right? So let me just give you a quick example. So, let's say, for example, if the worm spawned right here, right? It could technically move in any of these directions, right? Go left, right, up, and down. Yes, but going left would be reducing the number by 1. Going right would be reducing the number by, increasing the number by 1. But if the worm goes up, that's increasing it by 6. And if it goes down, it's decreasing it by 6. Because it's going bottom to top, left to right. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so on and so forth. So not only would it take into account... Okay, so I think the first thing we need to do is we generate a random number between 1 and 4. 4 directions. So 1 would be up, 2 would be right, 3 would be down, 4 would be left. Something like that. So we would pick the direction that the worm is going first. That would help us know, does it need to decrease by 1, increase by 1, increase by 6, decrease by 6. And then we need to then determine where the worm is. So if the worm is up against a wall, like right here, it's all the way over, we cannot go to the right anymore. So if it picks a 2 and it's trying to go right, that's not going to work. It can't do that. We would then have to loop through again, have it pick a new direction. Yes. Okay, so first things first. Here's what we need to do. So let's do... So this is already looped. So that's great. So then what we need to do is say control variables, set, we'll do vertical, set it to a random number between 1 and 4. So the 4 directions it can move. Now, first, initial branch. If the variable u are equal to 1, oh, I am so sorry. I was trying to mute myself, and for some reason, my Stream Deck is not working. So I was hitting the mute button, and it wasn't muting, and it scared me because I'm like, I'm gonna sneeze into the microphone now. Sorry about that. Okay, so if you are 1, you are, comment, direction up. Okay. And then if you are 2, you are right. You're 3, are down. You are 4. You are left. Okay. There we go. We've got our directions now. So this picks a random direction. This is now checking to see what direction you are going. So if you are going up, the first thing it needs to check is conditional branch. If the variables, so that's the position of the RTG worm. And so basically it can move up anytime so long as it's not up here. So that is 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, and 55. So 55 through 60. Okay. So if you are less than 55. Yes. Because being 55 would be right here. You'd have to be less than that. So as long as you are less than 55, you're good to go. Absolutely. And then same thing for the down. So long as you are greater than, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As long as you are greater than 6, you can also move down. Okay. Now for the right and the left is going to be a bit more tricky because, again, like I said, every time you go up, it increases it by 6. So you can't just say, oh, if you're equal to 6, then you can't do this. It's got to be 6, 12, 18. Yeah. So, here's what we're going to do. Let's do script. We need variable 1045. All right. So if game variables dot value 1045 is not equal to, as long as you're not equal to 6, I think we have to do every single one. That's gonna... Yeah, I think we have to do every individual one. That should be all right. Should be all right. Well, I'm going to pull up a calculator just to make sure we're doing these right. So long as 1045 is not equal to 6, 1045 is not equal to 12. Let's grab to there. 4, 18, 6, 12, 18, 4, 30, 36, 42, 48. I believe this should be the last one, 54. No, we'll need the actual 60 as well. Yes, because if you're in the top right corner, you also need to check that. Okay, there we go. So long as you are not equal to any of those. Because if you are, that means you are somewhere in this line here. So, yes. Freemium says, because you check if it is less than the max, and then see if it's divisible by 6. Probably. I mean, I'm assuming that's possible in JavaScript. I am not quite sure what that would look like. Let's see. So that would be just so you didn't have to list them all out. Yeah, because I'm going to have to do that again for the left direction as well. What would that look like? So if the variable 1024 is not equal to 6. You know what? I'm sure it's possible. We are going to learn this together. Because why not? Why not? I think it would be something extremely valuable to know. So come on a JavaScript journey with me. JS, check if value is not equal to, I guess we can get specific, 60 or divisible by 6. All right, well, let's see what Gemini says. Return check value. Value is not equal to 60. This checks if it's not equal to 60. Yes. Value percentage. I'm sure in JavaScript that's something that I'm not sure what it would be called. 6 not equal to 0. This checks if the value is not divisible by 6. The modulo operator, okay, that's what it's called, returns the remainder after division. And the logical AND operator ensures that both conditions must be true for the function to return. So it seems like it is possible in JavaScript. I don't know if RPG Maker would allow that kind of logic, though. I mean, it should, because it should just be basically pure JavaScript. Let's try it. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what else they say on Stack Overflow. Wow, that's a lot of downvotes. What? Is it a stupid question? I want to check whether a number 7 is divisible by another number 5. If the number is divisible by the number, then I need to return the same number. If the number is not divisible by another, I need to... Okay, yeah. Var I equals 7. If I... whatever that thing was called, modulo, 5 equals 0. Alert divisible by 5. Alert, else alert divisible not. What you want, it seems like, is this. Function round 2 and D4. For N10 and D5, you get 10 back. For N7 and D5, you also get 10. Using a simple while loop. Yeah, it does seem possible. And with JavaScript. I know it's possible with JavaScript. With RPG Maker, though, I'm not sure if it would allow that kind of function. Is a great thought and a great idea. I'm not sure how I would do it. I may experiment with it a little bit off stream, but because yeah, I'm always looking for ways to simplify the code. But yeah, I think for now we'll go with this, and then yeah, absolutely, I would kind of actually want to look into that. 'Cause I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure it is. Just RPG Maker can be a little bit weird with the JavaScript sometimes. They're sometimes expecting very specific things that just is not usually required in JavaScript. But I do like the thought, so I appreciate it. Okay, so then for this one, so we need to check, because one is the starting point. Right here. This is room 1. Yes. So that would be check. So 1, and then it's going to be through 55. Okay. Let's do 1, 7, 13, be 17. No, 19, not 17. 18, 25, 31, 7. 43, 9, and last but not least, 55. Okay, so we're now checking. So it checks the direction 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it checks where you are, so long as you're not on the top floor if you're going up, and so long as you're not on the bottom of the floors going down, so long as you are not on the far right going right or on the far left going. Then we should be able to do stuff. Okay. So, if we are going up, all we need to do is just say control variables, add 1 to 1045. Nope, add 6 to 1045. You're going to the right, you are adding 1. You're going down, you are subtracting by 6. And you are going to the left, you are subbing by 1. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and then it should just finish that, and that'll be good. And then it will loop back up to here, and it will then set the floor to whatever that position is. If it's equal to 0, yada, yada, yada. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So, hopefully, that should go by pretty quickly. Just to, well, let's just pull it up. Let's see how quickly it goes. I don't know how those 3 got there. Okay. It is going by pretty quickly. I will say that. That is a pretty quick generation. But you do run into issues. Okay, so then we got that. How? How did that happen? It shouldn't technically be able to get here without laying down something here or there. Yeah, that's bizarre. I think we are potentially running into just a weird issue that I have done. I think I've made the code weird. Let's come in here. Okay, so none of that should have anything to do with any of this. This is just if you are, this is setting this variable to the worm position and then just saying, hey, are you equal to 0? If you are, great. Set it to 1. And then turn down the amount of rooms that you have available. And then if you're equal to, if the rooms available are equal to 0, maybe. No, that should be fine. It'll just break the loop if you're out of rooms. Yes. Okay. So it's got to be something down in here. So what do we got going on? So it's setting the variable 1046 to a random variable, setting it, okay, not adding it. So it's setting it to randomly between 1 and 4. And then if 1046 is equal to 1, it's going up. It checks to see if you are less than 55. Hold up. No, that's right. 1045. Yeah. So 1046 is the directional variable. And this is just checking if you are less than 55, which should be correct because yeah, you are 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55. So long as you're less than 55, so that means you're down in this section here, then you should be able to move up. And if you are not, then it would just loop back through. Okay. So then for player level, so then if you're going right, so if you're 2, you're going to the right, direction right. So if 1045 is what it's checking here, 1045. So if 1045 is not equal to 6, which is that guy. Yeah. Okay, so 6, you're not equal to 12, 18, 24, 30, 40, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. That should all be correct. And then it adds 1, 1045. Chemistry Nick, welcome. Glad you could be here. We're just working on some random tomb generation methods. Back from camp. Welcome back. How did it go? So then, if 1046 is equal to 3, moving down, and so long as 1045, which is the worm location, is greater than 6, which should be correct because this is 1 through 6. So long as you are greater than this, which means you are anywhere in this section, if you move down, it subtracts it by 6. Yeah, that should be right. Okay. And then if you're equal to 4, which means you're going to the left, then it checks to see if you are not equal to 1, 7. Hold up. Okay, that is a problem. I did 17 instead of 7. That could be a problem. 13. Okay, yes, 13. Just had to think about that for a second. 13, 19, 25, 31, 37, 43, yeah, 43, 49, and 55. I think what it may have been is that I did 17 instead of 7. That could have been enough to just completely explode the whole thing. Let's see what happens. All right, they're all connected, all connected, all connected, all connected, all connected. Ooh, okay, why? It was awesome. I met some friends, and on Saturday night we had disco to, wow, over midnight on Sunday, and got 7 hours of sleep. That sounds like a good time. Jeez, not bad at all. Well, it sounds like you had a fantastic weekend, so glad you had such a good time. Well, yeah, I just remembered, it's the green can. It's like invisible. Ooh, invisible. Why? What is happening? I know we can get this. I absolutely know that we can. It shouldn't be doing anything else. Like, this isn't changing any variables. It should just be showing pictures. 912 is equal to 1. It should be fine. Then loop if 912 plus 97, so 98 times 4, so that would be 102, which variable 102 is, hold up, 101. We're doing 97 plus 912, so 98 times 4. 98, 99, 100. Okay, yeah. 101. Yes. That is correct. Okay. For a second, I thought I had messed up there. I got all the spells names. I have not worked on that yet. Eventually, we will get those. For now, I'm like, you know what? We got it working, so we're going to let that be as it is. But eventually, we will be naming the spells. But not yet. Not yet. Yeah, this shows the picture. Yeah. All right, let's actually look through this, make sure this is actually doing what it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. I don't think this would be doing anything incorrectly. But let's do this. Once we get to the end here, we're going to do our classic flash screen, just to know we're at the end of that process. Flash the screen. See, that's just how fast that random generation process is. It is very fast, which is great. So, layout. 1, 1, 1. Yeah, so it's actually affecting the layouts, which is great. 1, 1, 1. Okay, yes. So it's actually affecting the layouts. That is what we want. And this is what I just don't get. Like, this random generation, while not very intriguing, is correct. That is extremely boring. That's the other issue that I'm like, I don't want to run into that problem of it's like, it's just going to create just a block of rooms. Like that. So like, this is, that is a very intriguing dungeon design, right? Which would be great, except for this freaking guy right here. I don't know what he's doing up there. There's no way that it should have gotten there. So let me just check something really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay. So maybe there is still some weird thing going on with the random generation that I'm not thinking of. All right, moving the RTG worm. It's got to be an issue in here, and I've got to just not be seeing it for some reason. So it's setting 1046 to a random number between 1 and 4. 4 directions it can move in. If you are equal to 1, okay. On Saturday, we went to laser paintball. We had pizza and went to the cinema. All that took like 8 hours. Man, that is a fantastic sounding camp. Sounds like a really good time. I'm jealous. Well, I'm glad you had so much fun. Glad it went so well. Did you watch anything fun at the cinema? +6. No, it was Woodwalkers. It was boring. I don't think I've even ever heard of Woodwalkers. But if it was boring, maybe I'm glad I haven't heard of it. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. We are going to we're going to do a little test. I just want to see where the worm is actually going. So here's what we're going to do. Right here, we're going to show picture. We'll just say you are picture number... Actually. We could just do this right here. We don't need a whole other page to be showing these pictures. I think we just need this. Player X is equal to 6. Player X, Y. Player Y. $9.12. Maybe we do need that. All right, so let's just do this then. Let's just say here at the move RTG, we're going to say show picture. I'm actually wondering if we can just set it right here. This is setting the room number to... Nope, we can't. And that's fine. So this is just going to see if it's actually moving in a way that makes sense. So let's just do this. Show picture. We'll just say you're going to show picture. We can do 100. Show picture 100, map 1. You're going to show this at... No, because we do need to get the X and the Y. Well, maybe not. Show it at 65, because 65 is 1022. That's the starting point. Plus 98, which is the player's X and the player Y, times 36. Yeah, that is not a great way to do this. How are we going to show the picture? I mean, we could just, I mean, I guess really we would just probably copy this. Would that actually do what we want it to do, though? Let's create a comment. I'm going to do something like that. We know that everything within here we can delete later. Okay. I don't think that's actually going to show anything because we started working off other variables. Yeah, so if we do this, I don't think it's actually like I think it'll show the initial picture. Yeah, that is just kind of adding to that, which is not what we want. We want this to follow. We need it to follow. Yeah, this is setting 1045 randomly, 1 in 60. This is showing the image. So you're equal to 65 plus 98. 65 plus 98. 65 is that. Okay, so we don't want to change that. Plus 98 is 1. It's X and Y. So we actually don't need these. Yeah, so what we can do is actually, if you are in here, if you're moving up, it's not going to change the X at all. But it is subtracting 1 the player Y. Or to be adding 1. I think it'd be adding 1 to the player Y. Sorry, I am trying to, I'm trying to just, like, shove this weird functionality into here so we can track the worm progress as it moves around the room. I think what we're going to do... So add 1 to the Y. This will add 1 to the X, but do nothing to Y. This will subtract 1 from Y. And then this will subtract 1 from X and do nothing to Y. Okay. And then this is just showing the picture. 913 plus 1. And then 912 plus 1. I don't think we need that either. Okay, let's see if that works. I'm sorry, what? Okay, that is very, off. I mean, we're watching it move, just not in the way it should. It's like it's moving with no constraints now. What? Alright, that was weird. Chemistry Nick says, we had an inside joke like teens will think it's AI when it's clearly AI. Young people think it's Minecraft when presented an AI generated image. It's true. It's true. Yeah, AI is still just so... They're trying. They're getting better, but still, very clearly. And it just randomly is just like, bam. Well, that one is the actual image that it's supposed to be spawning, right? TYI, we are teens. Well, yeah, but that's fine. Like, as long as you can realize what is and isn't AI generated, that's half the battle. TK Gamers, welcome, welcome. Glad you could be here. How was your cousin's wedding? I think the potential is that I'm doing this incorrectly. These need to be subtracting. And these need to be adding. Just trying to, like, track this thing is an absolute nightmare. I don't know why. Okay. But why? Why? Something very weird is happening. And not just with it, you know, doing this whole thing. TK Gamer says, it was nice with all my cousins. We stayed up until 4:30 a.m. the past 4 days and we played Uno. That is extremely late. I would be dead right now if I stayed up till 4:30 in the morning every day for the past 4 days. That's crazy. Well, glad you're still alive. And I'm glad you had fun. Looks like Conway. I don't know what Conway is. Conway. Seeing a bridge. And welcome to downtown Conway. I don't know what Conway is. You might need to explain further. Then we slept until 10 a.m. Okay, that helps. If you slept until 10 a.m., that would help a lot. That would help a lot. Okay, well... Game of life? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit, huh? Just a little bit. It's definitely not doing the right thing. It shouldn't be going out of bounds like that. So, I guess the question is then, why? Why is it doing? Actually, that's why. The whole way this was designed was to, it was literally designed to just go bottom left to the right, going up. So left to right, bottom to top is how I've set up these variables. That's why it's not working. I don't know why I thought I could just brute force and just copy paste the code into here. So what would we do? I don't want to do too much work getting this working, because I'm literally just using this to track where it's going. But unless we know why it's doing this, then we won't be able to know what we can fix. We're between a rock and a hard place right now, gentlemen. Rock and a hard place. Well, I guess now would probably be as good a time as any to announce my announcement. So, mostly just for everyone on Twitch, because if you are watching on YouTube, then you will see this announcement after the stream. But just to let everyone on Twitch know, I, after 2.5 months of searching, I finally found a job. So happy day there. Super excited to finally have a job again. But because of that, I will be having to make some changes to the stream schedule. Because working full time, I won't be able to stream on the weekdays in the mornings and afternoons anymore, because I'll be at work. So today is the last stream during this time. Going forward, I will be streaming in the evenings, my time. So it'll be a bit different of time. So that'll be, I'll be starting around 8:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So whatever that would be, like 9-ish hours from now is when I will be streaming. So however, wherever you may be in the world, whatever you need to do to kind of figure out what time that would be, I will be updating my Twitch stream schedule on Twitch, which I think should automatically adjust all of that. So if you're curious to see when that'll be, I'll be updating all of that on Twitch, so you'll be able to just look at that and it should tell you your time zone when I'll be streaming. But anyway, yeah, so 8:30 p.m. until midnight-ish my time. And yeah, so I'm hoping that won't be too frustrating for all of you fantastic people who have kind of gotten used to watching me around this time. But yeah, just figured I would let everyone know on stream. So I'm going to let everyone know on YouTube with a video, but can't really upload just a video on Twitch. So figured I would make the announcement during the stream, just so everyone's aware. But anyway, yes, so I'll be streaming in the evenings, and it's only going to be 3 days a week instead of the 5 I've been doing, just because working a full-time job plus being a husband and a father and taking care of everything else around the house is a lot. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to unfortunately reduce it to 3 days a week, but we're gonna keep working on Tomb of Versilius. We're gonna keep making progress. So don't you fear, don't worry. All of that's gonna keep going. So yeah. Oh, that's right, the days. So I'll be streaming on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. So 1 weekend day and then 2 weekdays earlier on in the week. Yeah, this is completely subject to change. I wanted to try and pick an amount of days and a time that I felt like I should be able to handle. And who knows, maybe as time goes on, if I'm like, you know what, I feel like I've got enough time, I could maybe add another day, maybe add a little bit more time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for now, that is what we're going with. So 3 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. until midnight-ish, however late we're kind of feeling. And that is what we'll be doing. So yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that for MEM and TK Gamers. Yeah, I'm very excited. So I'll be an IT manager. So super excited about that. Should be a good time. It sounds like the company needs a lot of IT help. So yeah, really excited to be able to take on that role, and should be a good time. TK Gamer says, I don't think I'll be able to watch then. Yeah, it's I know that it'll probably be quite a change, because I know that at like this time it's like 11 p.m. for you right now. So I would imagine that, yeah, me streaming at night will probably be during the day for you, which means you will probably be busy with other stuff. So, and I'm definitely not trying to make these changes to, you know, make it so it's more difficult, because I absolutely love everybody that is here. I love the community we've been able to build, and I don't want to lose you all. So, but I completely understand that me changing the time so drastically will make it really difficult to join live. Oh, it's 12:10 a.m. Okay, so it's already past midnight for you. Okay, so you are 13 hours ahead, and it's 7 p.m. for you right now as well. Yeah, so I know that it's not going to be great, but I will be still on Twitch, saving the VODs to Twitch, so there will be those still. Obviously everything will be on YouTube as well, so like all the shorts and the videos, like the dev vlogs that I upload, they'll still be going up over there. Yeah, so it's I'm not gonna say, hey, like, please still keep watching, because I completely understand with how big of a time change you probably won't be able to, and you know, it's not an easy decision, but obviously it's something I have to do. You know, job comes first, because can't really make money off of this right now, unfortunately. Maybe one day, maybe if we keep working at it and we just keep building like we have, hopefully maybe one day, I don't know. My goal for this year was to try and get to the point where maybe I could be making ad revenue, maybe on Twitch, get to the point where we can, you know, if anyone feels so inclined, because I don't want to become the type of streamer in person that's like, oh, please, you know, please subscribe, like on Twitch. Obviously YouTube, that's free, but on Twitch subscribing is money. So I'm never gonna be like, you know, please send me money, please do all of this stuff. But if I ever get to the point where I can, you know, maybe run ads or something like that, and I can, you know, maybe make some money off of it, maybe we can hopefully be able to stream more often and at better times. But as of right now, it is something that I'm just gonna have to be doing as a more side project. So all of that to say, I feel like I'm rambling now. All of that to say, I will still keep streaming. I'm still gonna be here. I'm just gonna have a job now, so I will have to do that during the day and then streaming at night. Maybe I'll listen to the VODs in my free time. Yeah, I would appreciate it if you did that. If not, completely understandable. Yes, I'm going to still be streaming, so there will be the VODs that you'll be able to at least maybe hopefully listen to. Can I tell you something? But before, have you ever watched Danny? No? Are they a streamer? If so, no. If you're meaning Danny Avedon from Game Grumps, yes. That's, I'm assuming, not. Because that's spelled differently. Okay. let's see if we can get this working. I'll keep responding and chats and all that. No, but he is a game dev. Oh, okay. Then no, I have not watched Danny. But I may need to look him up. I enjoy seeing other game devs. You should watch at least 3 of his videos. Yeah, I can do that. I'm always down for finding new content. Do I just have this like super wrong? Okay, that's right. All right. So yeah, so getting back into this. I don't know. I've been like stressing the past couple days. I mean, like I was very excited because on Friday after the stream is when I had an interview, and then soon after that was send an offer letter. And yeah, just like I know that I can't make money off of this, at least not right now in the current form. But yeah, I was still like, I don't want to, make it feel like I started this whole thing and then I'm just abandoning it. I don't want to, but yeah, unfortunately, other responsibilities come first. Chemistry Nick says, did he make balls? I don't think I've ever heard of that. That's a great question. TK Gamers, is he the one that made balls? Please don't get me wrong, but your devlogs are not good, at least to me. Yeah, that's all right. Just like the way that I talk about the things that I worked on for the week. I'm assuming you're meaning the 2 newest ones, where I just kind of talk about what we did for the week. Because I was doing the other devlogs where they were basically, I was just like taking parts of the stream, like clipping those and like mashing them together, and just going over like these specific things we were working on. Yeah, so I'm assuming you're meaning the newer ones with the new style. And if that's the case, that is totally understandable. It's a new style. I'm trying to just kind of talk about what we did during the week instead of just picking out like the random little things and making videos about that. Watch his videos and pick something from him and watch others making game dev vids to get some good ideas about it. Yeah, absolutely. And there are definitely some devlogs that I've seen that I'm like, I wouldn't mind doing something like that. The only problem for me is, and especially going forward, is it is going to be, I'm going to have much less time now. And so kind of the reason why I decided to switch to the style I started doing was it's a much faster process for me to, after the week is done, go in, record what we worked on, and just kind of show like highlights in the videos for what we did. That's kind of why I switched to that style. So instead of me having to sift through hours and hours of live streams, picking and choosing what I worked on, getting rid of, shaving off the fat and keeping the actual substance, it was a very long process. I was like, you know what if I just record myself talking about what we did for the week? It's maybe like a 30-minute recording that I do, or 30 minutes of recording. Usually I have to cut out all the bad takes and the times that I stumble over my words, and then I mash it all together. Yeah, I'll take a look at some of the other devlogs. There are some that I wish that I could make in certain styles, but for a lot of them, it is hours and hours of like writing out a script, planning on exactly what to do, what to say. I'm going to say it, you are way too calm. Just like in the devlogs or just in general. I try to be as calm as possible. Yeah, that's what I go for. Even if you rage, you smile. Well, you gotta look at life on the bright side, and I feel like if I'm ever gonna get upset about something, it better be a good thing that I'm getting upset about. So, yeah. I don't know. I will take that as a compliment, and I appreciate that. So thank you. Everywhere, it's. I would like to say it's who I am, is I try and be as calm and happy as possible. Sometimes that changes, sometimes, not very often. Okay. So how are we going to fix this? I don't want this to be a crazy big thing, but I don't think... We need to set the X and Y accordingly to be able to show the picture in the right position. I don't think it's gonna work. It's really not. The way that I have to show the images in RPG Maker, it just won't work. It will not work. And that's okay. So, what we need to do is we just need to find the bug without a visual. But people on the internet don't like calmness, I think. I wouldn't say that's necessarily true. I mean, some people do enjoy watching the content where people are raging and freaking out and going crazy, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But there's also, I would say there's also room for content where, you know, people aren't screaming and freaking out all the time. And that's the kind of content that I try and go for. How about your salary? Could you tell us? I mean, I could. I'll give you a ballpark. It's really not that crazy. I'll just say it's near $100,000. It's around there. So maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. But yeah, that's what I'll say. So wherever your mind wants to take you, but yes, I will say it's just somewhere on the upper end of 100K a year. Again, don't get me wrong, I have no experience in them, but I'm sorry if my words upset you. No, you are not upsetting me at all. Not at all. I do agree. There is a lot of content out there where people are just kind of raging and going crazy, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, if the reason why there's so much different content is because there's a lot of stuff that people want to watch. I mean, I enjoy watching rage content every now and then, and so absolutely nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. But yeah, you know, I try and be calm, cool, collected, level-headed, and you know, if anyone wants to, you know, either criticize or get upset at my content, like, you know what, that's valid. And you know, I wouldn't even take your suggestions as criticism. You know, if the devlogs I make just aren't for you, that's completely fine, totally understandable. So, and I may switch it up as well. So, never ask a man about his salary. Yeah, it's normally I would, you know, be like, oh, well, not going to talk about that, but I don't know. I'm not too worried about it, especially because I'm just like, you know what, I can give a ballpark and that's fine. Okay, well. It just, I don't get it. I don't get why it's doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, so that one is, I don't know. That's like it's kind of working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So it's spawning the right amount, but it just every now and then it's like, oh, let's spawn these random ones over here. And I'm like, but why? Why? This guy's infinite money because he knows how to cure cancer. Exactly. Just don't tell anyone. You can't tell anyone that I know how to cure cancer. That's a secret. Shh. So there's something weird. There's something weird going on. And I don't know what it is. I just don't understand. Bah. This is the amount of rooms it can spawn. This is placing the player randomly between 1 and 60. Random number 3 equals 1. Players X and Y equals 1 and 1. Monster X 10, 22. Monster Y 450. Then it loops through this. So it sets variable 912 to equal the player level progress horizontal, which is wherever it's putting the player. So 1 through 60, which is absolutely what we want to do. Gamer says, bye, gotta go. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Hopefully, at some point in time, you might be able to join the live streams periodically, but it's been great having you here in the chat, so thank you so much. And yeah, we will see you around. I hope. Fingers crossed. Okay, and then it checks if game variables value 97 plus 912 times 4. So if the player is currently in block 1, then it's 97 plus 4. That's just 912, which would be 1 times 4. 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, which is what we want, because 101 would be the room 1 layout. And then this is just checking to see, so if room 1 layout is equal to 0, then set room 1 layout to equal 1. And then set 911 minus 1. So it spawned a room, so there's 1 less room that it can spawn. That is exactly what we want. And then if random number 1 is equal to 0, so if it has spawned all the rooms, then break the loop. Yes, that is what we want. Okay, and then moving RTG worm. This is where it's actually moving the random tomb generation around. Player level control variables set 1046, which is... This is setting the direction. So this is either going to say you are going up, right, down, or left. And if up, right, down, or left is equal to 1, that means you're going up. And then so long as you are below the top row, then 1045, which would be this guy, plus 6 is right. If you're going up, it would need to say, so if you are, 5, or I guess we'll come down here. So you're 3, right? If you were to be 4, you would move over there. But you're not 4. You would need to be, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You'd be 9. 3 to 9. Yes, absolutely. Be plus 6. 3 plus 6 is 9. Yes, you would move up. There we go. If you're moving to the right, and so long as you are not equal to 6 or 12 or 18 or 24 or 30 or 36 or 42 or 48 or 54 or 60. That is everything on the right side. Right side. Right side. As long as you're not any of those, then add 1 to player level progress, since it's moving it to the right. Yeah. And then if player level progress vertical equals 3, so you're moving down, so long as you are greater than 6. Have I played any of the Don't Starve games? I have not, but I'm pretty sure that I own both. Isn't that the Don't Starve and then Don't Starve Together? Is that those games? Don't Starve. Yeah. I have both Don't Starve and Don't Starve Together, but I've never played them. I probably should one of these days. Okay, then if player level progress is greater than 6, which means you are not on the first row of rooms here, you're anywhere in here, then set 1045 to -6. And then if you're trying to move to the left, and so long as you're not equal to, you know, I know I've checked this and double checked it, but I'm going to triple check it. So that's 1 plus 6, 7 plus 6, which is 13, plus 6, which is 19, plus 6, which is 25, plus 6, which is 31, plus 6, which is 37, plus 6, which is 43, plus 6, which is 49, plus 6, which is 55. That is all correct. Then just sub 1. I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on, and it is sad. Very sad. I'm getting back to Don't Starve Together. Haven't played it for a long time. Yeah, I've everything that I've seen, I feel like it would be a game that I absolutely love. I just need to actually play it. Yeah. Need to actually play it. I just haven't yet. One of these days, I feel like I probably will. They look like fun games. I did not think this would be as nightmarish as it has been. But it has been. I'm going to check one thing really quick. In the variables. So with this, nothing should be on the first 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. So 20 should be the first one that is a 1. Let's see if that's true. Okay, that is all correct. So room 20 layout. And then 21, 22, 23, 24. 21, 24, yeah. Then 25. So it is showing them correctly. Should it be or? Am I doing that incorrectly? Game variables.value 1045 is not equal to 6. Am I doing that wrong? Should it not be or? Should it be and? And you're not equal to that. And you're not equal to that. See, in my mind, I feel like or is the correct JavaScript statement to use, but I may need to be doing and. If that's the case, I'm going to be so mad at myself. I'm going to be furious. And. Okay, so then that means we need to change this one. You're not equal to 1, and you're not equal to 7, and you're not equal to 13, and you're not equal to 19, and you're not equal to 25, and you're not equal to 31, and you're not equal to 37, and you're not equal to 43, and you're not equal to 49. Was that seriously it? My dungeon just gave me the middle finger. Oh my gosh. Oh, my dungeon just gave me the middle finger. Thanks for that, game. I think I finally got the random dungeon generation working, and it gives me the middle finger. Oh my gosh. Oh. Whew. That is absolutely fantastic. Yes, Loki, welcome back. I think I finally got the random now I can't even speak. I think I finally got the random tomb generation working, and yeah, it gave me the middle finger. Thanks, game. Thanks for that. Okay. Oh, that was interesting. Anyway, okay, so the only thing at this point then now, because I'm sitting here refreshing, and aside from it occasionally, like this one does seem like it's kind of a boring layout. So aside from it just occasionally being like extremely boring layouts, it at least is not randomly spawning the dungeon without, like, with unconnected rooms. See, like that. That would be extremely boring, not fun at all, but it should be fine. I think at this point now, because the whole reason why I'm only spawning 30 rooms is because I needed to allow for extra rooms just in case we needed to connect rooms. But I think with that, we should be able to spawn 40 rooms. That should give more opportunity for crazier layouts. And hopefully, that should all be spawning correctly. So yeah, occasionally you may get just some extremely boring generic dungeon layouts, which is just a block of dungeons or a block of rooms right here. But I think it should be okay. All right, so that is the first pass working. So the first pass literally is just giving you just the very generic dungeon layout, which is fine. It's all right. Yeah, it should be fine. Every now and then you will get a very boring dungeon layout like this. It's literally just a block of rooms down to the bottom, which sucks. I don't know how I'm going to fix something like that. I mean, I guess what we could do, the thing is, something like this isn't too bad. It's literally if it's just I don't know, what if we said something like, yeah, like something like this. Absolutely terrible. That would be extremely boring to explore, right? So maybe on the next pass, just because a room is to the right doesn't mean there needs to be an exit to the right, if that makes sense. No, that, I don't get it. Like you could have it go up and around to get to it. Oh, okay. Yes. Yes, absolutely. That does make sense. Yes. So that is another pass we're going to be doing, because this is just basically being, is there a room or isn't there a room? But you are correct. Yes, we could still add different, I mean, we kind of already have that right now in some of the different, it's like if I pull this up and I come over here to map, so we already kind of have things like that in these handmade ones, right? It's like this is a block of rooms right here, but we kind of break it up by allowing only certain passageways through. So even though it is a block of rooms, you do have to kind of like snake your way through and figure out, like here is an actual block of rooms where they're all connected. But down in these sections here, you have to kind of, you know, feel your way. That is going to be another pass that we do. We will eventually have it be making it so it does kind of disconnect the rooms a little bit. But I'm kind of thinking what we might do, maybe add wall generators. Yes, so we are going to be, so eventually we are going to do another pass, because this first pass is just being like, boom, here is the actual room layout, or the tomb floor layout itself, right? So it's just saying, this is the general shape. And then we're going to do a second pass, which, yes, will basically be doing something like, we're probably going to have it snake through again, and that is what's going to actually spawn the directions that you're going. And that's going to be a little bit more involved. But yes, it will do basically a wall pass. The way I'm going to look at it is a door pass. Because, so basically right now, what it would do is it would spawn, basically, this is what it would look like right now, minus like if you took off this. So it is just spawning individual rooms that are not connected at all. And then the way it's then going to snake through is as it's going through, so this random generation snake, basically, as it's going through, depending on the direction that it picks to go through, because again, we still want to make sure that whatever way it goes, the player can also go. There might be a better way to do that, actually. Yeah, maybe. Because again, you could run into the issue of if it starts snaking through and it's like goes through a loop like this, and then it moves over, goes through another loop, and then up, goes through another loop, it could connect a few too many rooms. Yeah, that should be fine. It should be all right. So maybe we'll even do something like, maybe we can't have it be a 1. Or maybe we keep it as a, no. We can't keep it as a 1, because 1 is a pre-established room already. So maybe what we need to do is we just need to say, set it to be like 20 or 100 or something like that. And then it then goes through, and as it's doing that, it then is grabbing the value of 100. Basically just says, okay, if you are 100, you are currently just a room. We need to turn you into something else. And so then every time the RTG snake goes through, depending on the direction it tries to go. So let's say, for example, if it's in a completely walled in room, it hasn't done anything. It is just a walled in empty room, essentially. If it is in that room and say it goes up, it will then set the value to be a 3 because it went up. And then if it, it goes out, does its thing. And then if it ever comes back to this room, and if it then tries to go to the left, it would then set the value of that room to be room number 9 because it has gone up. It came back. It then went to the left. That's to the right. Left. Went to the left. And so then that would mean the player could also then go to, it could go up or it could go to the left. I think that might be the best way to go. So we're going to have to account for a lot of stuff, but I think it should be fine. I think it should be all right. On the bright side, at least, we got it to the point where it is now randomly generating a dungeon where all rooms are connected. I am just so sad and disappointed in myself that I just had to swap out the or with an and statement. Freaking JavaScript. Freaking JavaScript. But at this point, we now have the random dungeon generation working. Random tomb generation, as it were. Okay, fan-freaking-tastic. Great. So, let's do, so that is pass 1. So this is generate initial rooms V2, which works great. So V1, you are done. We don't need you anymore. I have the hardest time deleting code. Even though all of this is the exact same as in here, we just also are adding all of this down here. So really, I could just delete that, and we'd be back to square one, which is this guy, right? Well, and this. So I know we can just delete this page. I know that we can. Let's do it. Thank you, V1, of your dungeon generation. You were great where you were, but we don't need you anymore, so thank you for your service. Goodbye. Okay, V2 is definitely the way to go. V1 was garbage. V2, absolutely the way to go. Yes. Still can't believe it freaking flipped me off. All right. So I think what we're gonna do then, maybe you should use maze generator. Is that just like a piece of software? Maze generator? I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build my own maze generator in RPG Maker. Because the thing is, in RPG Maker, they have a maze generator, right? So if I create a new map and I just go like 50 by 50, right? They have, of course, you can't see it. So in this drop-down menu, they have generate dungeon. We come over here and do generate dungeon. I just realized I don't have any tile sets, so I can't really generate the dungeon. If we do maze, yeah, I can't. This isn't actually going to show anything. But RPG Maker does have a built-in maze generator tool. But my project does not use the traditional map layout, so unfortunately I cannot use RPG Maker's built-in maze generator, unfortunately. But yes, I do like where you're going with that. Knock, knock. Oh, hi. That is a lot of smiles for how angry you sounded 2 seconds ago. Yes, that green. You want to say hi to everybody? Want to say hello? Feel kind of wet. Are you washing your hands? Oh. Yeah. Do you want to say hi? Say hi, everybody. Oh, that is... What were you touching? They're all slimy. Oh. Is that the microphone? Want to say hi, everybody? Yeah, is that the keyboard? All glowing and crazy. You're gonna go down for your nap? Oh, is that the water? Yeah, waters. Oh, okay. Here, I'll drink some water. See? Okay, bye-bye. I love you. Have a good nap. All right. So anyway, yeah, to answer your question, Chemistry Nick, I am having to create my own maze generator. So, because before I was doing them myself, I was just having to hand draw them and build them out manually. Like if I come over here, so each dungeon floor or tomb floor that I was making, I was having to manually set all of these variables to these values and then do all this stuff manually. It was terrible. So, RPG Maker uses rectangles and you use irregular shape, so it wouldn't work. Is that correct? Yes, that is well, yes and no. So RPG Maker does use rectangles. Absolutely, yes, 100%. But I am not using like the maps themselves in RPG Maker. So like this would be a map in RPG Maker. And normally, if you were playing, you'd use the keyboard, you'd move around this tile-based grid system, which would be fantastic. Absolutely. But I am not using RPG Maker in the way that it should be being used. Yes, so with RPG Maker, I could use the random dungeon generation tool, and it would randomly, in this room here, it would generate just a random dungeon layout, which would be fantastic. But I'm not using that at all. So this is what the layout would look like. And if we were to turn on the grid, so if we were to switch this over here, preferences, change units, there we go. Grids and slices, 48, subdivision 1. So this would technically be, so each one of these, if you can kind of see it, you can see this right here would be a 48 by 48 pixel tile using RPG Maker terminology. So each one of these would be each one of these tiles, right? But each one of the map sections are only 32 pixels. So, yes. So I am still using rectangles. I'm not really using irregular shapes, but I'm not using the RPG Maker maps, essentially. Yeah, so you made the maps yourself, so the maze generator doesn't work, if I'm understanding correctly. Yes, absolutely. Because, yeah, we're not using the traditional top-down view of RPG Maker. Like, all of it is custom made. So like this right here, this view is it's just a picture, right? So it is, if I pull, let me hide the test play. So it is literally just these pictures being shown right there. And so each direction has its own ID. And so then based on the ID, it shows a different picture. And the different pictures will just kind of let the player know which directions they can go, right? So IDs 1 through 15, and it just shows the image right there. And so then as you move around in the dungeon, it'll show the different picture based on the ID of the room that you're in. It is very weird the way that I'm doing it. I probably should not be doing it this way, but I am. And then over here with the map, as you can see, it's then revealing the map as I go, but it's not you moving in the 48 pixel grid movement that RPG Maker does. Anyway, so all of that to say, yes, the built-in dungeon generator in RPG Maker, while it would be great to be able to use, unfortunately the way that I'm building this out, cannot use it. So that's why we're having to do this very weird roundabout way of doing it. But yes, if I could use the built-in tool, that would be a much better way to do it. Okay, so pass 1. We are, whoops, put myself back over here. So pass 1 is complete. We're good to go there. Absolutely great. Fantastic. Okay, so pass 2 is going to be, should pass 2, yes, pass 2 is going to be actually forming the shapes of the rooms. So to do that, to get the visual representation, we're going to need, let's copy, paste that. This is going to be if B is on. This is if C is on. You are going to turn on C. That was a weird roundabout way to do that, but I did it. Ugh, okay. So this is pass 1. All right. That's generating the initial rooms. This is going to be creating room layouts. This is pass 2. So, yes, the way this is going to be working is it will basically be doing the exact same thing that this is doing. So this is moving the random worm around to all these different rooms. But we we can't just have it be moving around randomly, because it should now only be moving between rooms that it's actually generating. I don't think we can really, I mean, we should be able to kind of copy and paste this code, but we are going to have to be doing some checks. So yes, let's copy this. And basically the idea is if it tries to move, so it picks a random direction like normal, and if it's equal to 1, it will try and do, so it's going to move there, and then it needs to check and see if there's actually a room there, and if not, it needs to move it back. Yes. Okay, so let's grab this right here. So it adds it, and then we need to do a conditional branch script call. So if game variables 97 plus 912 times 4, but it's not 912, we're doing 1045. So if 1045 times 4 is equal to 0, then we're going to sub that basic. Yes. And then we need an else handler. So basically, what we need to do is we need to say, this is if it's moving up. Sorry, my microphone's kind of waving around. Yes, so the player's moving up. It checks to see, so long as the player's horizontal is not, if it's less than 55, then it allows you to go up. So it moves up. Oh, but before that, actually, no. Yes, so here's what we need to do. Nope. We still need to actually move it up. Right? No, before it tries to move at all, we need to have an else handler. Basically, we're going to say if 97 plus 1045 times 4. This is basically, so if this is room 1, so it is 97 plus 4 is equal to 0. Then we're going to say you can't move there. Okay, so we need to have one more equation in the JavaScript. So 97 plus 4 times 6. Wow, no, okay, that's not right at all. So 97 plus 4 would I do times 6 in here? I believe so. So let's look at a calculator just to make sure we're doing this right. So you are saying 97 plus, well, no, so be in here first. So it would be, let's just say you're in room 1 times 4 times 6 plus 24. Would that be right? 24. Over here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But just because you're 7, it should be actually 24. Because you are... Nope. I know we're going to get this. So you are 4. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 28. Oh my gosh. Okay, come on. We can do this. I know we can figure this out. So that's 4 is 1. So then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is 28. Okay, yes. So that is correct then. 24. That's 97 plus that variable times 4 times 6. As long as that is equal to 0. Okay. So if you're equal to 0, do nothing. But if you're not, move the player up. Okay. Perfect. Would that actually be what we need to do then? Yes. And then what we need to do is we then need to say, we need to set a variable. Before we change the player's position, or the snake's position, we need to then say, set value 97 plus yada 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 yada. So here's where we now need to see, if you're moving up, what are all the ways that you could be, well, there's room 3, 5, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh my gosh. I don't want to make copies of those. 3, 5, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. 8 times that the player could go up. Oh man, okay. We're gonna have a lot of conditional branches for these. We're setting where the player is. This is where we actually need to set the variable. Okay, so if you're moving up, we need to check and see all the other directions that you've currently gone. Let's do this. We are no longer setting you to just 1, right? Because 1 is a room that we're already using. 1 is you can move down. That's it. 2 is you can move left. 3 is you can move up. 4 is you can move right. And so we don't want to use 1 because it's already a thing. So set it to 100. 100 feels good. Set it to 100. I think that should still be right. Let me just double check. If we set that to 100, well, now we just need to say room 1, you are now room 100. Turns on A. A is here. Oh, right. We're equal to 100. Then it shows it. It's because I'm manually showing, yes, map 1. Okay. That was my bad. Show map 100. Eventually, we're going to change that. Okay, there we go. So it is doing that correctly now. If you spawn it, giving it the value of 100, that's fine. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, so you are if A is on, you are if B is on, you are if C is on. You turn on C. All that is working. So, if you're equal to A, you're going to come here. You're going to say, pick a random number between 1 and 4, which is the direction still. You're equal to 1. That means you're trying to move up. If you're trying to move up, as long as you're not on the top row, because you can't go up the top row, and we're going to say, if 97 plus 1045 times 4 times 6 is equal to 0, which means if there's no room there, don't do anything. So I think we should be able to say, if you are greater than 0. No. Yeah. So if you're greater than 0, you are, I believe it's greater than or equal to. Greater than 0. Greater than 0. If you're greater than 0, you can do these things. Okay, and if you are greater than, what we're going to want to do is, we need to check and see so this is setting variables. We need to check and see. We need to just figure out the different ways that we're carving out, right? Basically, we would say, if you're greater than 0, so if the next room is a room, then we can do this, right? So then, the next thing we need to check and see is, you don't need the times 6. So then basically you're just saying, if the current room you are in is equal to 100, which means the snake has not gone through here yet. If you're equal to 100, then we're going to set this room to equal 1, 2, 3. So 3, because that is the first direction it's gone through. So if it's 100, that means it is just a completely closed-in room. So if you have the opportunity to go up, then set it to a 3. All right. If you are equal to this is going to be a lot. Okay, so if you're equal to 1, which means the snake has gone down, you then now need to be able to go down and up, so you would set yourself to a 5. You're equal to a 2. That means you need to set yourself to be able to go to the left and up. So you would then be an 8. If you are equal to a 3, then you shouldn't be doing anything. And if you're equal to a 4, then you need to set yourself to be able to go right and up, which would be 9. So set yourself to a 9. Whew, this is, I really hope this is actually going to work because, okay. All right, so if you're already a 5, then you're good. So if you are a 6, which then means you need to be able to go left, right, and up. Left, right, and up is 13. Set yourself to 13. Okay. And then if you are equal to 6, 7, so if you're equal to a 7, that means you can go down and left, which means you need to be able to go down, left, and up, so then you'd be a 12. I know this is probably not making a whole lot of sense, but once we get there, we should be good. Okay, so then if you're a 7, which means, so 7's good, 8 would already be there, 9 would already be there. If you are a 10, which means you can go down and right, you now need to be able to go up, down, and right. So a 14. Set yourself to a 14. All right. 10, 11. So if you're an 11 already, that means you should be able to set yourself to a 15. So 11 is down, left, and right. So which would also then mean to go up. Okay. And then I think that should actually be all of them, because 12 already has up, 13 already has up, 14 already has up, and okay, there we go. So that is the last one. So it is these guys. So none of these should repeat. You've got 3 to 5, 8, 9, 13, 12, 14, 15. So none of those repeat. And if you're 100, you do that. So then 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11. Okay, so that is all of the up directions. So anytime the thing goes up, it will add a doorway based on whatever other doorways there are, whether it's left, right, or down. Okay, so now we just need to basically copy this over to these guys. So, in here, if equal to 1, and then it checks the other thing here. Yes, so it's within here. We then need to say additional branch. So if 97 plus is this going to work for left and right though? Up and down I know it will work for. I don't think this is going to work for left and right. This is saying so long as you are not on the right column. So long as you're not over here, you should be applying all of this. But it then has to be saying, okay, we do the down first. We might actually just do the down first. I know that I can just copy and paste this for down in here. That's plus 6. Then this is going to be sub 6. Okay. As long as you are greater than 0, and then you are going to be saying, so long as you are less than 55. No. What is this doing again? I need to remind myself what this is doing again. So long as... Yes. Yes. As long as you are less than 55. This is 97 plus 1 times 6 times 4 times 6. So 97 or is it divided by 6 now? So this is checking. So if you press down, first thing that it checks is that you are greater than 6, which means you are not on the bottom line here. So long as you are anywhere here, you can press down. The next thing it needs to check is this guy right here. And this is checking to see if you have something in the room. Yes. So what this needs to do is it's then saying, this is just checking if you are a room. No, this is checking. I'm confusing myself with my own code. Game variables dot value 97 plus 1045 times 4. The 1045 times 4 would be 1 or 8 or 12 or 16, so on and so forth, times 6 which should be correct. It'd be 4 less than 55. Okay, you're pressing up, as long as you're not on the top row. And then if, all right, we're gonna check if not on top row. That is what that one's doing. Then what are you doing? So you're checking to see if 97 plus 1 times 4, so 4, so 101 times 6. Okay, so that's 4 times 6. Check if room above is a room. Yes. Okay, so actually, down here then, we do not need to do less than 55. We're doing greater than 0. Because this is just checking if the room below is a room. Okay. Check if not on top row. Then this one is check if not on bottom row. This is saying check if room above is a room. Check if room below is a room. Okay, so we're just checking if when you press down, is the room below you actually a room? So we don't need to say times 6. We need a whole new equation then. No? No, well... Yes. It's not times. We're now doing divided by 6. We're saying if 1045... So let's say 1045... If the player's position is in room 6 times 4 divided by 6, which would be room 1. Yes. So it is variable 1045 times 4 divided by 6 plus 97. Very crazy, but so that's just checking if the room below you is greater than 0. So if it is a room, then do these things. Yes, okay. Oh my goodness, best viewers on viewjoy.ru. That's crazy. Block. will never understand the amount of bots that come in here and are like, hey, get viewers, get some bot viewers. And I'm like, I don't want bots. I don't want bots viewing my channel. I'm good with the real people we've got. Okay, so now we just need to say if player's position. So now, is this going to be correct? So let's say you are in, yes, that should be correct, because it's still just the player's position times 4 plus 97. Yes, so as long as you are equal to 100, which means you are just a boxed in room, right? Nowhere to go. You're a boxed in room, and you go down, and you need to set it to 1. That means you went down. Set it to 1. Okay. Now I need to get rid of the rest of these, right? No, we're fine. So then if you're equal to 2, and then you move down, you now need to equal to be able to go to the left and down, which is room 7. So that equals 7. If you are equal to 3, you need to be able to go up and down, which would be 5. So you're now equal to 5. 4, which is being able to go right. You then go down. You need to be able to go right and down, which is 10. Equal to 4. You need to be equal to, yeah, so it was 4 is right. Now you need to be able to go right and down, which is 10. Yes, 10. 5 we already have. 6 is left and right. So if you're already on 6, you're equal to 6. Yes. So if you're equal to 6, left and right, you now need to be able to go left, right, and down, which is 11. So you're now equal to 11. 7, which is good. So if you're equal to 8, you are equal to 8. So you can go left and up. You now need to be able to go down, left, and up, which is 12. So you're now equal to 12. Yes, there we go. Perfect. 8 equal to 9. So you can go up and right. You now need to be able to go down, left, down, right, and up, which is 14. Crap. Yes, if you're equal to 8, 9. If you're equal to 9. Oof. I really hope I don't mess up here, because if I mess up here, there's going to be so much trouble. If you're equal to 9, which means you can go up and right, you then need to be able to go up, right, and down, which is 14. Okay, which you are, 14. Perfect. If you're equal to 10, you can already go down, 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 so then 13. If you're equal to 13, you are now 15. Perfect. Okay, that is up and down. Up and down sorted. Fantastic. We now need to figure out left and right, which is going to be an absolute nightmare. Okay. Actually, it might not be that bad. So this is checking. Check if not on right row, which means this one would be check if not on left row. Perfect. Okay. So checks that. Then we just need to copy this. And then here, that you are now +1. Okay. So it checks if you're not on the right row. And then this one, check if room above, check if room to right is a room. Did I update the comment on here? Below. Okay. Check if room on right is a room. So this we're going to say if the player position 1 times 4, so that's a 4, and then we're going to say just plus 4. It's going to be 4 plus 4. Or if you are, player position is 2, so you'd be 8 plus 4. Yes. So then you're checking everything to the right of the room. So it is player's position times 4 plus 97. That should be correct. As long as that is greater than 0, then here's what we're going to do. So if you're equal to 0, which means you are a nothing room. Well, if you're equal to 100, which means you are a nothing room. You've gone to the right, and that is the first thing you've done, so you're setting it to 4. Okay. All right, then if you are equal to 1, which means you've gone down, you now need to go down and right. Down and right would be 10. Wow, so if you're equal to 1, you are now equal to 10, right? You're equal to 1, down and right. Jeez, okay. If you're equal to 2, which means you've gone to the left, you are now equal to 6, because you can go left and right. 6. Oof. All right, we're getting this. We're getting it. It's gonna be good. 4, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna say if you are equal to 3, which means you can go up. You can now go up and right, which is 9. Okay, but no repeats. That's good. If you're equal to 3, you can now go up and right, which is 9, up and right. Okay, just making sure that's good. If you're equal to 4, you're already getting, yeah, you're good. If you're equal to 5, which is up and down. So if you're equal to 5, up and down, which means you need to go up and down and right. Up, down, and right is 14. Now equal to 14. If you're equal to, so that was 5. If you're equal to 6, you've already gone right. 7, which is down and left. So down and left is now down, left, and right. Down, left, and right, which is 11. All right, this part is much more tedious and manual, but this should allow all of the crazy rooms to be thought out. Okay, so 7, 8. So if you're equal to 8, left, up and right. Left, up, and right is 13. We're now equal to 13. This should be the last one. So 8, 9 is good, 10 is good, 11 is good, 12. If you're equal to 12, you're equal to 15. And 13, 14, 15. Okay. Yes. Okay, let's save that. Make sure it's really saved. This is an absolute nightmare, but it's working. It's working well. Check if not on right row. That's checking if not on left row, so we don't need to copy that, actually. Copy that. +1, -1. Okay. That. Okay, so that's checking if you're not on the left row. And if you're not, then we're going to say do all of that -4 greater than 0. This is checking everything to the left of where you are. Check if room to left the room. If it is a room, then we're going to move to the left. So if you're equal to 0, you're just if you're equal to 100, I keep saying 0. If you're equal to 100, then you are just a blank room with no doors. So you need to carve a door to the left, which would be a 2. If you're 100, set it to a 2. If you're equal to a 1, you need to be able to go down and right. Down and right is 10. So set it to 10. No, you need to go down and left. Down and left is a 7. Set it to a 7. It's like there's no way that's the same. So a 1, yes. If you're equal to a 2, which means you can either go to the left, you're good. If you are a 3, then you're going to... 3 is up, so you need to go up and left. Up left is an 8, so it set you to an 8. All right. That's a 3. If you're equal to a 4, which means you can go to the right. So if you're equal to 4, you need to set you to a 6. Okay. 4, if you're equal to a 5, which is up and down, you need to be able to go up, down, and left, which is a 12. Okay. 5, 6 is left and right, 7 is down and left, 8 is left and up, 9. So if you are a 9, which is up and right, you need to change to up, right, and left, which is a 13. So 13. 9. So if you're equal to 10, you need to do right, down, and left. So if you're equal to 10, this is not exactly the way that I thought the random gen would be going, but I hope this is going to work. So if you're a 10, you need to go down, right, down, and left, which is an 11. So set you to an 11. Then, so that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So if you're equal to 14, set you to a 15. Okay, then again, there should be no duplicates, so it's 100, 1, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 14. This is 2, 7, 8, 6, 12, 13, 11, 15. Okay. Sweet. Now that we've done that, we need to now say, as soon as... This could get messy. This could get messy. Conditional branch. I think what we can do is we can say script. So long as game variables dot value if game variables dot value So we're basically needing to check and see if game variables 100, well, 101 through 340. 101 through 340. We need to check if these variables, 101 through 340, how am I going to do that? Game variables dot value. The variable. Is that possible in RPG Maker? We may just need to do a loop. Yeah, I think we need to do a loop. Come down here. Loop. we're just going to say can I use 911? 46, 97, 97, 10, 46. I think I can use 911. Well, what is 911? 911 is the number of rooms. We should be able to use that, actually. Down here, set 911 to equal 1. And then basically what we're going to do is we're going to say conditional branch. Let's grab you. So if 97 plus 911 times 4 is equal to 100, you are, then we're just going to break the loop, and it's going to loop back up to the top. We'll be good, and it'll just run through that again. But if you're not, then add 1 to this, and then it loops back again and checks if the next room is equal to 100. Yeah, that should be right. It's looping this, so it's checking to see, so this is checking to see if room 1 layout is equal to 100. And if it's equal to 0, then it's going to be fine, so it checks the next room. So as soon as it finds any one room that is equal to 100, breaks this loop, goes back to the top, moves the worm around again. And then it comes back down here, checks this. Okay. And then basically what we need to do is we need to say conditional branch if the variable 911 is equal to 60. Yeah. We would have already checked all of that for room 60. So yes, so if you're equal to 60, then control self switch, turn on B, and break the loop. Okay. I think that should be right. It's going to do all of this. It'll just have the worm just start kind of going through. This sets all of the doorways in the dungeon. So it's basically saying if there is currently a doorway in this dungeon, add a new door based on the way that the snake went through, whether you're going up, right, down, or left. And then when it gets down here to the bottom, it'll start a loop. It'll set this to 1. This is dictating which room to start checking first. Then it loops through this. It checks room 1. If room 1 is equal to 100, that means the snake hasn't made it to that room yet, so it just breaks the loop, goes back up to the top. But if it is equal to 100, then it adds 1 to this, and then it basically checks this again. Then it checks room number 2. If room number 2 is equal to 100, it breaks the loop, starts from scratch, sets everything back to 1. So it'll run through this, through all 60 rooms, to check if any of the rooms are equal to 100. If it is, that means the player hasn't been there. If no room is 100, that means that the snake has gone through every single room, assigned the doorways accordingly, and you should be good to go. Then it just says, if you're equal to 60, which means it's gone through all the rooms, turn on B, which takes us to this next page, and then turns off the loop. And then this is where we are now going to be setting the actual maps. So we're going to say, show that, and we're going to be showing picture. We're going to be doing map plus game variables dot value This is, actually, we have it already right here. 97 plus that times 4. So map is equal to, go picture, map plus 97 plus 912 times 4. But it's not 912. Or is it 912? It is 912. It's 912 equals 1. What else is relying on 912? Nothing. Okay, we're just going to say if 912 is greater than 0, which means there is something there, then we're going to show that image. 913 plus 1, 912 plus 1, yada, yada, yada. Okay, perfect. Now, what we need to do is we need to, I'm going to move this, put it here, just to make it easier while I'm making these images, because I need to make some images. And what we need to do, oh my goodness, I completely missed your message, Chemistry Nick. I am so sorry. If you have already gone, I apologize. Hope you have a good night. You'll listen still, but won't be able to see what's happening. Oh, okay, well, sorry. I thought I completely missed your message and you were leaving, so yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you for still sticking around and listening, though. I appreciate it. Okay, so this is going to be room 100 is, map 100 is that. Just build it. There we go. Let's find, okay, so room 1 is just down. We need to recreate all of these based on these other room layouts. Let's do something like, let's do 4 or 8, maybe. I think that feels like a decent enough doorway. You are map 1. All right. Map 2 is going to be that. Fill this in. Our map 2. Map 3 up. We need 15 of these guys. You're 4, right? You're 4. Okay, and then map 5 would be, whoa, up and down. Let's go. 8. Go, and there we go. 5. 6 is left and right. Seven is left and down. Eight is left and up. Hey, Jesse. Welcome to the stream. How's it going today? It is going fantastic. We are working on the random dungeon generation, which we've made some pretty good progress on. We are just needing to make some images. So we've gotten it to the point where it now randomly generates the dungeon and all the rooms are connected. So that was fantastic. Now we're making it so that it actually generates the room layouts in the dungeon. So I think we have that part figured out. I just need to make the images that will actually show when you're, you know, actually generating the room layouts. So hopefully it all works. But we're going to find out after we get all of these finished. Then we can finally test it. And we'll see. It'll probably be very bug ridden, but nothing we haven't ever faced before. 9, 10 is right and down. We can always adjust the width of the doorways and stuff like that later. So for now, this is 10. Okay. Okay, so then 11 is left, right, and down. This. You are 11. I don't know why I keep resizing the window. You know, I'm just realizing we could do rotate you counterclockwise. No, we're going to rotate you clockwise. I don't know why I haven't been doing that, but I haven't, so we're special. We are special. Let's, oh my gosh. Why do I keep resizing the window? Rotate. Let's save you as 13. Rotate you clockwise again. It would be 14. And last but not least is, go. You are 15. Okay. That is everything we need for that image. Let's see how absolutely broken this whole thing is. Let's take a look. Everyone cross your fingers. Dang it. All right, what are you trying to do? Okay, so you're not actually bugging out. What is happening? The end here, turn on A. This is if A is on. Okay, this is past 2. Okay. Turn on B. This is if B is on. We'll be doing all of that. This is if C is on. Okay, let's do this. We flash the screen with red at the start of this one and at the end of that one. We flash the screen. Oh, we don't want to flash the screen here. Let's flash the screen just at the end of this one with green. And then we flash the screen at the end of this one with blue. Okay, so we should get a flash of red at the beginning of the first one, and at the end of it. But we're not getting a flash on here. Why? My guess is this is just taking so long to worm through. What if we... That's my guess. Let's see what happens. We flash it white for 5 frames. My guess is we're going to get a lot of white flashes. Let's see. Red, red. That's what I was worried about. All right, all right. So... So how long do we have to sit here and wait? We should get a flash when this finishes. This is way too long, though. No one's going to want to sit here and wait this long for random dungeon generation to happen. That's what I was worried about. So here's the problem. But unless we come in here and check and see. So 101, 100, 100. Has it even done anything? Okay, 4. Okay, so it's literally just done the one room it was in, I'm guessing. 4. Yeah, so it's not even moving around. Dang it. Okay. Okay, here's my guess. My guess is if I come in here, flashes, before it finishes flashing, if we check... Let's see, we need to come down here to the 900s. $58 and 1. So 58 is the last known location of the worm. So if we do this, if we say 58, we wait for a little bit, and then we come back down to room 58. I'm going to guess that 58 is the only one that has a different... Nope. All right, never mind. I was wrong. Yeah, it just seems to not be moving around at all. Which is not good. Okay, well, let's see here. So it's setting this to a random number between 1 and 4, so that's the direction. So if we're equal to 1, and so long as 1045 is less than 55, So where is 1045? 58. $29. $30. $28. $30. $28. $29. $27. $30. It seems like it's just kind of like going around in a weird circle. So 29, 1, 29, 28, 26, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 29, 30, 28, 27, 25, 27, 25, 28, 30. What? All right, yes, we've got some weird looping thing going on. Let's figure out what's going on with this weird loop. Okay, the 1046 is the direction. That seemed to be going correctly. It was jumping between 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Play level progress vertical. You equal 1. So if you're going up, then check to see 1045 is less than 55. As long as you're not on the top row, $10.45. Let's check this really quick. You hide everything. Let's create a new 1045. So you are game variables dot value 1045. So it is going through. It's just looping through super fast and not really going anywhere. But why? It's just kind of like, I mean, like I sometimes see it go down to like 6 maybe, but then it stays in the teens. Huh. Yeah, sometimes drops down to like 6 and then just sticks around 17, 18 is like the highest it goes, and then it drops back down. If we just go straight to B. Here we go. That's the dungeon it generated. Okay. Let's get rid of that. I don't need to let me know when that's done. Okay. That's working just fine. Still generating as it should. It's just not... Yeah, it's just like, it's just not wanting to generate a path. It's just kind of like jumping around in an area down here. Maybe what we need to do we're going to do comment show layout 1. We're going to copy this page, paste this page. UR if A is on, UR if B is on, UR if C is on, UR if D is on. So this first page, turn on A. Turns on A. Shows the images, turns on B. That should loop through all of this, turn on C. Then it should loop through here again and turn on D. Is that the problem? It, for some reason, put itself in a spot. It's up here. Why? Let's put itself into a spot where it literally can't get out. Because that's the second to top row. So that's like, so 51, so this is 55, 54, 53, 52, 51. Yeah, so it's just like jumping around in here. It's like going back and forth. Or is this the... No, is this... It might actually just be jumping in here. I think it's just like jumping around in here, just going back and forth. Between 51, 52, and 53. Let me just double check on that, but I'm pretty sure. So that'd be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. Yeah, so 53, 52, 51. So it's like just jumping back and forth in here. Okay. That is just not moving around at all. 24, 6, 12. Yeah, so it's just like right here, sitting there. 51. I'm pretty sure is this guy. Okay, and this is jumping between, what was that, 19 and 24? 19, 24... Yeah, the lowest I'm seeing it go is 19. And then I see it going up to like 24. I don't think it's going above that. So 6, 12, 18, which means 19, 21, 22, 23, 24. So then again, it's just like going back and forth on this row. All right, what is going on? Shows all the images. And then it needs to jump through here. Check if not on top row. That should be fine. If 97 plus 1045 times 4 times 6 is greater than 0. It's checking to see if the next room up is a room. Right? Let's run this equation really quick. It's basically saying let's say you're in room 33 times 4 times 6 plus... Okay, I think I have the equation wrong then. That might actually be what's going on. What would that be? I think what it needs to be is the player's position. Let's say it's 12 times 4 would be 48. It's 97 plus 48. So you need to be okay. I think I know what's going on now. What I need to do is do that times 4 plus that times 6. Would that be correct? So you would be, let's say the player's position is 12 times 4. That's 48. And then we're doing 12 times 6, which is 72. We're doing 48 plus 72 plus 97. It's 217. What is 217? 217 is room 30 layout. Nope, that's not what we need. We were doing room 12. Room 12 layout, 145. No, we're not checking room 12. What we should be doing is checking room 18. So we're checking, so if we're in room 12 times 4, 48, and then we're checking player's location, so 12 times 6, or would we do 48 times 6? Nope. Okay, what would the equation be? What would this equation be? So if we pull up Notepad, so we are currently checking. So room 12 is variable 145. And if we're going to be checking room 18, so that would be the room above, right? It's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes. The room 18 layout is 169. Okay. So what is 69 minus 145 is 24. So could we just say would this work every time? Plus 24. Think? Let's check. So let's say, for example, if we were going to be in room 37. Room 37 is variable 245, which means we would need to be checking room. It's 37 plus 6 is room 43. We'd be then checking room 43. Room 43. Whoop. Room 43 would be variable 269. Nice. Okay. So that would be 269 minus 245 is 24. Okay. So I actually think that equation would work then. You're just doing 97 plus 1024 times 4 plus 24. Okay. So I think if that's the case, we're checking the else handler after the check if not on top. Check if not on right, which that should be correct, which it is. Okay, so it literally was just the equation here that I was doing all funkily. You're not divided by 6, you're not times 6, you are just that plus, nope, minus 24. Okay. That should be better. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it's going through. It still is taking a very long time. Very long time. Let's check and see what we've got so far. So room 100. Nope. Room 1. Layout. 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, hundreds, all sorts of hundreds. Is it not actually changing any of the variables? Okay, so now it's not changing any of the variables. That's cool. Okay. Let's do the good old classic. So red means it's getting to this point. It's actually getting in to here. Okay, as long as we get some red flashes, and we at least know we're getting to that point. Okay, so we are getting to that point. That's good. Okay. Game variables dot set value 97. Oh no. To equal 3. I think I have to do that. Oh, man. Because, yeah, I don't think I can... yeah. All right. Equals 9. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it's just not assigning value to these variables, and I think it's because I'm doing it incorrectly in the JavaScript. I mean, I should be able to do comma the number, but I think I needed to have these outside the parentheses to do that. And it would just be faster to do it this way. So, set this to equal 4. Set this to equal 10. We're getting close, though. I can feel it. Getting close, and it is a good thing. It's a good thing. Crap, what was this one? 9? 15. 11. 13. 15. Because yeah, if this can fix the issues we've been having, I don't care that we had to go through this whole thing again, as long as it actually fixes it. There's no bug we cannot solve if we just put our minds to it. It's 10. 11. 12. 14. 15. Okay, last one. Gonna equal 2. You equal 7. You equal 8. You equal 6. You equal 12. You equal 13. You equal 11. And last but not least, you equal 15. Okay, let's see if that actually starts functioning. Okay, we need to turn off that flash. We don't need that anymore. Right. Okay. Let's see what we got so far. We should have some of them set correctly now. 100, 100, 100, 100, hundreds, 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 hundreds. Why? Why is it not changing the variables? Okay, I know for a fact it has shown 1 multiple times. And it's still 100. Hold up. If 1045. 1045. Oh no. Oh no. 1045. Oh, crap. Okay. I think this 912 needs to be 1045. Like 99% sure. Because nothing in here is actually changing the 912 variable. How did I not see that before? Because there's issues everywhere else, maybe. Let's see if this actually adjusts the variable. I am glad that I thought to actually add that other on-screen counter showing me where the worm is. So maybe I had it right the first time, and I could have just done comma the variable and not equals. Oh well. It's two different ways to do the JavaScript function. They both should work. Oh. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Okay, so it is currently at a 9. So we should be able to come down here. Okay, none of that is right. Because room 2 should be at least at 100. And it is now, for some reason, just set all the rooms to equal 0. Well, most all of them. It has basically put itself in a corner. Why? Okay. Okay. The 1045 should be the player's location. So it's going to say one, 2, 3, 2, 1. I mean, it should, yeah, that should be fine. I was checking to see. But basically, this is just checking if the room above you is greater than 0. But then before it moves you, it then checks to see if game variables dot value 97 plus location. Let's say you're equal to room 1, so 4, so 101. If it equals 100, do this. Well, then maybe... I know this has been absolutely riveting to watch as I struggle to try and get random dungeon generation. But if we can get it working, I will be happy. Oh no. Hulk. Oh. I realize I've got the if handler, and then I have the actual changing of the variable. And I was very worried that halfway through I started changing the if statement and not the actual changing of the variable. That was going to be very sad. To 6. 9. 14. 11. 13. 15. All right, we are halfway through this most recent change. We'll see if it actually does anything. The thing that sucks about this, because most everything else that I do, most other features, I can stop like after the first 1 or 2 things I'm doing to make sure it's actually functioning the way it should. With this one, I cannot do that. I cannot just stop partway through and be like, let's check and see if this is working, because it all has to work in conjunction with each other. So yeah, I can't just stop and be like, let's actually make sure this very time-consuming and tedious process is actually gonna fix what we needed to fix. We just have to brute force it all the way through. Fingers crossed. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, then it's back to the drawing board. Okay, last one. 2. 7. 8. 8. 6. 12. Those big long changes are always the scariest. I know, it's not great. It's even worse is that if I come in here and I make all these changes, if this doesn't actually fix it, and I actually have to go back to this method, I then just have to go through and manually switch all these things back, which is not fun. Okay, but we should be able to come in here. Okay, so it's on 33. We should be able to check some of these. 100, 100. Oh, there's a 4. 8, 2, 2, 14, 10, 12. Is it actually... Let's see. So room 14 layout. What would be room 14? So we've got 6, 12, 13, 14. So that should be a 0. Okay. So if we just sit here, I'm also just now realizing my counter here has not been showing for everybody else. Okay. Oh, that's what's going on. I was like, okay, it finished, but why did it just show this one image? This is why. Because we need to 913. What does 913 start off at? As 1, okay? And then we come down here, set that one back to 1. So it's showing the wrong image layer. Okay. Give that a try. So, creates the dungeon. This is now snaking, worming through, however you want to call it. Still doesn't actually... Okay, come on. Okay, so 913 is the image layer. Oh, actually, that would also be why. Okay, so 1 through 60, that is the random starting point. 913, player X, player Y, all of that stuff. We need to copy that again. And then right here, we need to paste it right there. Okay, that should be correct. Okay, snake through, do the random dungeon layout. And then when it finishes, it should show pictures connecting all those rooms. Close. It's close. Okay. Let's here. I'm gonna zoom this in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. We zoom this in, and we just kind of move this over here so you can see a little bit. Okay, so it's close, but not quite. So as you can see, so right here, it just kind of snaked through all sorts of through there, all sorts of through here. It did leave a wall there, so that's good. And then it kind of, you know, comes up over here. But there's a few that are having issues. So this guy right here, there's no way to get to him. I don't know why that would be saying you're fine. You shouldn't be. Because, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But then there's a lot of interconnected rooms. Not all of them. You know, some of them you would have to kind of, you know, go up and around and move around them, which is great. You know, that one's there by itself, up over here. Wall there, so it's close, but for some reason, what's going on there? What is going on there? Let's see. So that would be room. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 19. So that is room 19. Okay, let's find room 19. I'm now realizing I need to adjust this again. Let's fix that. Here we go. Okay, room 19. Room 19 is layout of 4. Are you now? Are you a layout of 4? Actually, I think that would be correct. So here's the problem. Well, I think that would actually be a problem with the actual. Okay, so okay, so 4. Yes, you're supposed to be a 4, and then 20 is a 10. Now, what is the 10? I'm going to hide this so you can see what's going on. So 4 would be this guy right here. So you should be able to go into that room from the right door, but you cannot. There's nothing there. Okay, so room 20 is a 10. What is a 10? 10 is you can go down and you can go right, which is that correct? Go down, you can go right. Okay. So then he must have gone in from this one, right? So if that's 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. So what is room 13? Room 13 is a 14. And 14 should be down, right, and up. But you were just down and right, but not up. Okay, so it's showing something here is showing incorrect. I believe this room should be a 1. Because the way that we're set up, with room 20 being a 10, 10 you can only go down and right. So it wouldn't have connected from there. So it would have connected from room 13, which is layout 14, which is down, which it is, right, which it is, and up, which it is not. So this should be showing image 14. So either this is not showing image 14, or this is not showing image 4. No, this is showing image 4, but it's not supposed to be a 4. It's supposed to... Oh my freaking good heavens. Okay, well. Okay. Let's have it randomly generate. As soon as it finishes going through, let's see if there's any other bugs like that. This is what I'm worried about, though. I'm worried that the dungeon generation now is just going to take so long with the way this is working. It's, you know, it's worming its way through, which is great, but it now is like crazy connected. Yeah, are there any that aren't connected to each other? So this is just one big group. Go there, over, you go up, over, down. You just go down all the way. This goes down all the way, and then so many of these are interconnected. There's like no good design. All of this is all interconnected. And all of those all work. Okay. So... yeah. Okay, that one worked fine. But it seems like the more... okay, this one's gonna just be an absolutely boring room, which shouldn't take too long for it to connect all the rooms. But it doesn't. This guy right here, again, is not connected. For some reason. Is that the only one? All the rest seem to be able to get into. Except for this one. But that's different. This is a different one from the first one we were checking out. So it's not like it's a specific room that's having this issue. So let's take a look-see. All right, F9 again. Here we go. So this room is... what room is that? So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So this is room 34. Room 34 should be a 2. Now 2 is supposed to be to the left. So it's connecting to the left side over here. Okay. So what is room 33? Room 33 is a 12. 12 is connected down, left, and up, which it is not. 33 is a 12, down, left, up. But yeah, that is not correct at all. That's not connected there. Okay. I don't think this snaking through method is going to work. I just don't think so. So here's the problem. In these large chunks like this, it works fairly well, but the problem is it's going through and just cutting through so much because it's just repeating again and 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 again. Yeah. I don't think this is going to be a good way to do it. I think what might be best is... I think we need a different generation method. And I think the way we're going to do that is we are going to have it instead of having like the snake through and create a path, we're just going to start at room 1-1, and we're going to say, are you a room? If so, great. And then it'll basically just say, is there a room to any direction of you? If so, add one path to that room. But just one. So essentially it would be, if you're here, right? If you're in this room, there we go. If you're in this room, say, it would basically say, pick a random number between 1 and 4, so choose up, right, down, or left, and pick the direction that you are going to go in with that. So if it's like, okay, I'm going to go in from the right, then it would set this to whatever that would be. It'd be layout 4. And it would do one path through, like one pass through to all the rooms, saying pick one direction that you want to go in. And then we would do a second pass where it then basically checks every single room on every side of it. So again, if you're in here, so if you went to the right, great. But then if this one went down, it would, when it gets to this room, it would check and say, hey, are any of the rooms next to you trying to connect with you? If they are, open up that door. Yes. That way there should always be a path from one room to the next. And then if there is a path that one room is trying to create that there isn't already, then it would say, cool, add that. I think that'll be a lot faster because we're going in a sequential order, setting all these rooms. So from left to right, bottom to top. So the sequential will be much faster of a generation method. It should also reduce the amount of times where you have just like these wide open spaces where it's like all these things are just interconnected like crazy. And it will avoid whatever weird stuff's going on here where it's not actually connecting these rooms. I don't know why it's not connecting them. It's not for some reason. I don't get it. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay. Let's come over here. Connect unconnected rooms. That is technically good to go. Let's also just do change cover. Make this red. That's what you are. So connect unconnected rooms. That is actually working. So V2 is working for connecting the unconnected rooms. Fantastic. I think the other things we want to do, so with RTG, we want to make sure, check if there are more than 4 vertical lines with all 6 horizontal rooms. So check if there are more, maybe if there's more than 3 vertical lines with all 6 horizontal rooms enabled. If so, regenerate. So basically, if we add a condition like that, where if you've got something like this, let me show you. So with this right here, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. So 5 lines vertically that are all connected horizontally. So we would say if there are 3 or more, or maybe just more than 3. There's more than 3. So you could have something like this where you've got a box of 3. But as soon as you have that 4th one that is also just a full complete connected line, then regenerate. Don't let it have that. I think that'd be good. Because then hopefully we would get more intricate looking designs more akin to this. I think even that would be fine. That would be okay. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Man, see, like if it could just do something, well, okay, there's still issues. This one's still not connected. That one's still not connected. I know it's something that I've done. I don't know where it is. It looks like the images themselves are fine. It's probably just one of the variables that it's checking is just not checking it quite right. But I don't think this generation method is going to work because it is so inefficient. It works fine when they're just blocky layouts like this and like that. But as soon as you start getting a little bit more complex layouts and patterns, so stuff kind of like this, or I'm thinking designs more like, come on, give me a more complex design. I don't know, even something like this, like a more complex design like this, it's still not that bad, right? You've just got like this huge block down here, but it's just like jumping around randomly, and it has to get straight in here and actually go up and over and make it all the way over. Like chances are it's probably jumping around in here, going crazy. And if it ever gets close to here, it probably goes up and then comes out, jumps around a whole bunch, goes up, comes back out and jumps around. And if it ever gets in here, there's a good chance it'll just like get caught in here, going up and down and left and just like caught up in here before it finally gets down here and starts jumping around again. This whole time that I've been talking, it's been trying to generate the layout of the dungeon. Not great. Not great at all. So, yes. Terrible way to generate the dungeon. So, I do think if it is, here we go. Check if there are more than 3 vertical lines. We're going to say 4. We'll say 4. Check if there are more than 4 vertical lines with all horizontal rooms enabled. If so, regenerate. Yeah. That should hopefully help have more intricate designs. And then RTG room connections B2. So with that one, let's add some details. So what did we talk about? We're going to say start at room 1. Go left to right, top to bottom. And then basically, what will it be? It'll be pick one direction, the room. No. First, check if room is enabled. Second, check if, yes, then if it's enabled, random direction 1 through 4. Check if there's a room to that room in that direction. And then 3, repeat through all 60 rooms. Then, let's do this. First pass is going to be, so first pass is, first it checks if the room is enabled. So it checks room 1-1 if it's enabled, then picks a random direction 1 through 4, and then it checks to see if there's a room in that direction. So if there's a room here and a room here, and so they're closed, then if this room I'm not going to make that gesture ever again. There's a room here and a room here. And if this room tries to connect with this one. So first it checks to see if there's a room up here, room here, room here, or room there. It checks and sees there's a room over here. So it connects, makes a connection. Right. And then that's it. It moves on. And then the second pass is then saying, okay, so then if this room over here on the right, if it made a connection, say, to a room above it, the second pass is just going to go through and say, hey, this room on the right, did any room to your adjoining directions, to the top left, bottom right, are any of them trying to make a connection with you? If they are, then accept that connection and you're good to go. Yes, I think that would be good. I think that'll be good. Yes, okay. So then we're going to do second pass is check if neighboring rooms are trying to make a connection. If so, open connection. Yeah, okay. That should be easy enough. Yeah, so all of them are just trying to make a single connection. And then after they make that single connection, do a second pass. And if any of the rooms are trying to make a connection, the other room didn't connect to, then enable that connection. Crap. The only thing that could potentially be a problem is if you've got two rooms. Let's do this. So here's the potential problem. Let's say you've got two rooms. Okay, here's the potential problem. So if you've got two rooms, right? Room 1, room 2. Then there's rooms up here and over here all around, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so you've got room 1 and room 2. That looks terrible, but gets the point across. So let's say room 2 tries to make a connection with room 1 on the first pass. And then let's say on the first pass, room 1 tries to make a connection with room 2. Great, there's a connection. Fantastic. But if none of these other rooms around 1 and 2 try to make a connection to 1 and 2, that means 1 and 2 are now cut off from the rest of the dome. So I think what we need to do then is say, when it's choosing the rooms to connect, I think what we need to do is say, if room 2 is trying to make a connection with room 1, then just don't allow room 1 to also go in that direction. Yeah, so basically, the way we have it is, in the rooms, we have layout 1. What is happening? Oh my god. Alright, fine, whatever. We have map 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are the 4 directions you can go, and then after that we now start having combinations of all the different directions, right? What we need to do then is just say, hey, if room 1 is currently map 2, or I guess if room 1 is map 2, then room 2 can't be map 4, because then you would connect. Yes. Okay, so let's say, check if room is enabled, random direction 1 through 4, check if there's a room to that room in that direction. And then 3, check if neighboring rooms are trying to connect. If they are, repeat step 2. Okay. That should be fine. I guess you could potentially run into the issue where you've got a room here. You've got rooms here, 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 and here. I guess you could run into the issue of this room's trying to connect, that room's trying to connect, that room's trying to connect, and that room's trying. Then at that point, it would just get stuck on this room, and it's going to be like, okay, I tried choosing up, that's trying to connect. I tried choosing right, down, left, they're all trying to connect, and it would just sit there and spin and be like, they're all trying to connect. So, let's do, add a counter. So add a check. So if all neighboring rooms are trying to connect, just skip past that room. Okay. So first pass would be check if the room is enabled. If it is, choose a random direction. And then when it chooses that random direction, check and see if the neighboring room it's trying to connect to is also trying to connect to it. If it is, then go back to step 2. And then we would have it add to a variable. So that would be the first pass, the first check. And then if it does it again, does a second check. Does it again, does a third check. And if on the fourth check, it's like all the rooms are trying to connect to me, then just skip past that room because it's going to have a connection and it's going to be just fine. Then, on the second pass, all it's doing is checking every single room, and it's going to check if any neighboring rooms are trying to connect to it, but it's not trying to connect to them, then just open up that connection. I think that should work. But that is a very large undertaking to try and get, so that is going to be on the next thing. On the next stream. I don't know why I called it a thing. On the next stream, we're going to be doing that. Because yeah, as much as it pains me to know that it took the entire stream to get to where we are, it took the entire stream to get to where we are. Unfortunately. But, not unfortunately, we got to the point where it will randomly generate dungeons in any layout that we can possibly imagine. And sometimes they're more intricate, other times they are just blocks of rooms, which I guess is fine, whatever. But we will add another check and exception just to see if we can make it a little bit more exciting. But we got random dungeon generation working, they're all interconnected, and yeah, it's working. It is technically working. As boring as some of these layouts are, others are, well, like this one, a little bit better. So, yeah. Anyway, well, I think that is going to be the end of this stream, and for the foreseeable future, the end of these morning/afternoon streams. Yeah. So, unfortunately, but fortunately, but unfortunately. But again, I'm going to keep streaming. It's just going to be in the evenings now. And so, yeah, I hope that will work for as many people as possible. If not, just know that there will still be the VODs. There will still be everything on YouTube. So I'll keep uploading shorts, devlogs, all of that stuff. And yeah. Yeah, Jesse. So I don't know if you were here when I was talking about that, but yeah, so I'm going to be streaming in the evenings now. So I got a new job, so got the offer last Friday, and I start tomorrow. So, yeah, I will keep streaming though. Gonna keep doing it in the evening. So if that works out, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So if it works out for you, would absolutely love to see you in the evenings. If not, again, there will still be the recordings, the VODs. Whatever it is will still be there. So if you feel so inclined to keep following along, then I will keep posting those and I'll keep streaming and it'll save those and it should be a good time. So anyway, well, thank you all again so much. It's been incredible so far. Hopefully this next chapter in the streaming/content creation thing goes well. I guess we'll see. Who knows? Maybe the evenings will bring more exciting people to our little community, or maybe it'll bring some unwanted people to the community. Who knows? I guess time will tell. So Anyway, hope you all have a fantastic rest of your days / evenings, wherever you may be. And yeah, I will see you all tomorrow, just in the PM. So with that, thank you so much, and I will see you all then. Awkward outro out. Done. Over. Okay, bye.